No idea if this is working. Let's get it though. Unable to connect on Twitter. All right, so that's live over there. Live on Twitch. All right, so we're trying this out for the first time. I've never done this. It's on a new streaming platform. All right. See how this works. I don't know if I'm able to see what exactly YouTube is. What is YouTube saying? Live with restream? No, why does it have that? I'm gonna have to update that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to just leave. All right, I'm gonna have to update the title. Answer. All right, we're gonna have to play around with this. This is just a short period. I don't even see the chat's not popping up though. Where's sports? There. All right. Oh, there's chat. All right. All right, yo, what's up? Taysom Hill or Kyler Murray? I would go with Kyler Murray. Come on now. Pittman or Ayuk? I would go with Pittman. All right, let's see if this is live. Yo, what's up, chat? So I'm trying something different here on YouTube. It's not popping up. The YouTube chat's not popping up through this. I can't see it over here. So I'm gonna have to switch over. All right, so yo, what's up? Yo, what's good? It looks like normal on this end. Yeah, it looks normal, but it's not popping up on the. Wonder if I don't know how to just get the YouTube chat up, but whatever. I can see it. I can switch over to YouTube. Well, I mean, I can still see it. Yo, what's up? So what's up? We got standard, we got flex, OBJ, Jerry Jeudy, or Pollard. I would go with OBJ this weekend. OBJ or Sterling Shepard, OBJ. How's it going? What's up, everybody? Yo, good afternoon. What's up? We got Madison or Hubbard. For me, Madison, easily. OBJ or Sterling Shepard, OBJ, Wilson or Carr. I would go with Carr. I have Derrick Henry, Debo Samuel, and AJ Brown. Rough. That's rough. Pick 3 to start. We got Pittman, Chase. Who is that? Pittman, Chase, Brown, or Ayuk? Pittman, Chase, Ayuk is what I would do. Any news on Henderson? Not that I've seen. You won't get a fair shake. I mean, if he's limited today, if he does practice, that's solid. That's good news. Taysom Hill, Tua, or Wentz. I would go with Wentz. DeAndre is available if he provides a better floor. What is that for? Cooper, Scott, or Sanders? Who? DeAndre who? DeAndre, I don't know who DeAndre is. Like DeAndre Swift? I mean, I sure hope he's not available, but I don't know if that's who you mean. Cooper, Scott, or Sanders. So if Sanders and Howard are out, I really like Scott this week. I think he sees a really solid workload. Jamal Williams to the moon. Yeah, I'd say kind of. He's still no player that Swift is, but he's going to see volume. He's going to be a solid RB2. Should I be afraid to start Lamar? No, I wouldn't. PPR league, I secure playoffs. Any trades? Kyler, Eckler, Hendo. You have also Michelle. You have Mitchell, Dylan, AJ Brown, Mike Williams, Bourne, Elijah Moore, and Bateman, Kittle. No, I think that's. Oh, you have CD too. No, I think that's really good. I mean, if you can try to get out of Mike Williams, if he has a good week this week, I would try to get out of him. Yes. Other than that, I think the team looks good. Yo, I did this trade yesterday. Traded for Mark Andrews and Montgomery. Had to trade Pitts, DK, and 2 bench players, WRL. I think that's a W. Galladay or Gallup. I would go with... Honestly, I like Galladay this weekend. Give me Galladay. I know Danny Dimes isn't playing, but that might actually be better for the passing offense. For Galladay. For Galladay, it might be better, I'm saying. Not as the offense as a whole, but for Galladay. Sup, big dog? We got starters, Matty Ice, Gaskin, Najee Harris, Mike Evans, Elijah Moore, and Goddard. Bench, Devonte Williams, Hawkinson. Any changes? I mean, I would play Hawkinson personally over Goddard. And I would go with... No, I think that's fine. I think that's good. What did you eat today? I ate some leftover pizza from last night that I had from last night. Is Shepard playing? I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Hawkinson or Freiermuth, Hawkinson. Higgins or Amari Cooper, I would go with Higgins. Wentz or Carr for quarterback 1. I would go with... Me personally, I'd like to go with Carr over Wentz. It's really close. Like, I think those two guys are very close. If you had a bowel movement today, yo, nice. That's a really good question. That's a quality question. Terry or Lamb. Knox or Hawkinson? Knox. Honestly, I just keep playing Knox. The dude, when he's healthy, he's scoring. Trade Pollard to Zeke owner for Hunt. Did I get good value? Yeah, I think that's really solid. Really solid. Knox or Ertz or no, I'm sorry, Knox. Just once again, keep firing up Knox. Deshaun Jackson or T. Higgins this week? T. Higgins. Just traded Jefferson and OBJ for Cup. Thoughts? I mean, I think that's okay. I think that's a fair trade. J-Rob, Madison, or CEH? Honestly, give me Madison. I love Madison this week. Mitchell, if Hendy is out. Jerry, Judy, Bateman, pick 2. Absolutely Mitchell. Sony Michelle, if Henderson is out. And then I would go with Jerry, Judy. I'm worried about Montgomery going forward. Should I be concerned or see how it plays? No, I mean, I think that, like, he'll be an RB2. He'll be a solid RB2. There's going to be some weeks where he doesn't do too well and other weeks where he's fine, but he's just an RB2. I need a win this week to make playoffs. Think Dak puts over 20 points at New Orleans. I think, yeah. I think he puts over 20 points, yeah. Josh Allen has Knox on his fantasy team, so start Knox. Yes, he does. He did say that. How do you feel about Javonte Williams this week? I like Javonte Williams. I like him. Fire him up. Fire him up. And also, I don't like how Restream has done this YouTube stuff. So what I'm thinking is maybe I use Restream to go live on every... No, I can't do that because then I'd have to do it through OBS. I'm going to have to work with Restream here to work with the settings. Because I want to go live on Twitch too. Like that's the biggest thing for me right now. I want to go live on multiple platforms. But I can't see the chat. Read and reply to messages from multiple platforms here. There's no messages that are popping up in Restream chat right now. So I don't understand. I just gotta work with it. Like I gotta continue to... Has anybody ever used Restream in here? It's just I can see there's 2 people on Facebook watching, 1 person on Twitch, but I don't see I don't see any... There's no chat. Like there's a chat ability here, but there's nothing in chat. But if I go over to YouTube, I can see that there's a bunch of questions over on YouTube. So this just doesn't make any sense. So I need to figure this out and play with it a little bit more. Godwin, Terry, J-Rob, CEH, and Ayuk. Pick a wide receiver and flex. I would go with Godwin and J-Rob. Montgomery is my flex since I have Eckler and Najee, so is he good to have at flex? Absolutely, yeah, he's a good flex play. Bro, you got me in the mood for pizza last night, and the pizza I wanted, that spot was closed last night, so they are open, and I'm going to get a large pineapple jalapeno for $8. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. Jalapeno pineapple pizza? That sounds pretty good. I'm going out to eat tonight, so I'm excited. And if you're ever on TikTok, Do me a big favor, hit that follow button. Also, come on over to YouTube, get your questions answered. You have a better chance of getting your questions answered over there. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree would take you over to my YouTube channel. So profile, link tree, YouTube channel. Come on over, get your questions answered. Stevenson or Freeman? Stevenson or Freeman? I would go with Freeman. Kamara or Madison? Madison. What should I do with Amari Cooper? I have CD on my team. I mean, I would just keep him. I think that he's a fine, like I'm looking at a lower end wide receiver 2 this week in fantasy football. Jerry Jeudy, Mitchell, or Bateman pick 2 only if Henderson is out. Mitchell, Sony Michel, and Jerry Jeudy if Henderson is out. Goddard or Schultz or Knox. Knox for me. Tua, Carr, or Wentz. Tua, Carr, Wentz. Carr. I don't know why. Sometimes I just have to think about it for a second. You think Henderson plays this week? I really don't think Henderson's going to play this week. No. Ingram or Breida? It depends on Kamara's health. You'd have to ask me that tomorrow night. I gotta look into it a little bit more, see what they're saying tomorrow. As of right now, I'd probably go with Breida, but I guess ask me tomorrow night, because I gotta see how Kamara is doing and everything and what they're saying about him. If Swift doesn't play, Jamal Williams or Thielen, I'd still go with Thielen. I think Thielen's gonna have a really solid week. Knox or Pitts? Knox. Any word on Kamara playing tomorrow? I haven't seen anything. I think he's gonna play, but I haven't seen anything. Gibson, my team got 10 questionables. Yeah, questionables like the new probable tag. Don't worry about it. Hurts or Allen? For me, Hurts. Thoughts on CEH rest of the season? I mean, he's a solid RB2. Hurts or Gronk? PPR, Gronk. Hurts or Allen? Hurts. Bench one, Scott, Elijah Moore, Freeman, Lockett. I would bench Freeman. Brady or Hill? You're talking Taysom Hill? I would go Brady 100%. More, but how do you say his name? Gosh, I just said it yesterday. What the heck? Now I'm drawing a blank here. The Las Vegas tight end. Who was the other dude? Moreau? Is that how you say it? Moreau, right? It's Moreau, right? Where's that question? Moreau or Logan Thomas? Moreau. Van Jefferson or T. Higgins? T. Higgins. Should I start D-Hop? Yeah, I would start him this week as long as he's playing. Yeah. Foster Moreau. I have 0 fab bucks. Uh-oh. Somebody's spending their money. I have 0 fab bucks and I was able to only get Giants defense against Miami. Is that okay? I just want positive points. You know, I'd say yeah, but I thought Carolina was going to be a solid defense against Miami, and Miami played really well. Without Danny Dimes, this game could kind of turn into like a little bloodbath. So, if there's nobody else, then sure. Ertz or Knox? Knox, baby. Fire him up. If Miles Sanders plays, do you like Boston Scott or Matt Breida? I'd still go with Boston Scott, even if Miles Sanders plays. Foster Moreau. Yo, Tyler, how you doing? Yuki? I'm good. Emmanuel Sanders or McLaurin? McLaurin, only because I saw in your... Yeah, so here's the thing with the TikTok video. I guess I probably should have put Terry McLaurin in there thinking about it. But, like, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, start these guys. Like, what I'm trying to do is I would... Like, my whole thought process in the video, when I make TikTok videos like that, when it's, like, start and sit, like, I'm looking at players that are on the screen that I'm talking about. Like, I would start those players. I guess I got to look at it. Okay, my whole thought process behind it is like Terry McLaurin has a bad matchup. So if you have better guys to play over Terry McLaurin, he would be a sit for me. But it's also like he's still a borderline top 20 wide receiver this week. So it's like, don't sit him just for Joe Schmo. So it's kind of like... So my second one that I did today, I felt much better, but then it's also kind of like obvious. Where are they supposed to be obvious? So I don't know, just playing around with it. We'll see what happens. That's all it is trial and error. Rate my team. We got Josh Allen, Eckler, Monty, Najee, Breida, Singletary, Jefferson, Allen, Mike Williams, Jerry Jeudy, Andrews, Goddard. I mean, I'd say that's a solid A, Ryan. Good job. It's a solid team. Hawkinson or Knox? Knox. I'm going with Knox. I'm all in at Knox. Is Carr a good sub for Rodgers this week? Yes, he is. Cooks or Jefferson? Jefferson. Cooper or Deontay? Cooper. No. I'm assuming that's Amari Cooper, right? Deontay over Amari Cooper. And appreciate the gifts over on TikTok. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube, get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So profile, link tree, YouTube channel. Come on over, get your questions answered. And if you're over on TikTok as well, make sure you hit that follow button as I go live throughout the day. Live on TikTok only, answering questions over there. So make sure you hit that follow button. And if you're on YouTube right now, do me a big favor, hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not, as I post new content every single day. And if you want your questions answered 100% of the time, make sure you sign up to be a member. All you got to do is type in !membership. It's as low as $2.99. Sign up to be a member to get your questions answered 100% of the time. All right, let's get it. Tyler, who would you flex? J-Rob, Waddle, Elijah Moore, or Elijah Mitchell? I would go with Elijah Mitchell. Love Elijah Mitchell this week. Love him. And you know, I got a crush on Elijah Mitchell. I have basically for the full season. You know me. Deontay, Keenan Allen, Hill, Waddle, Jamal Williams with Swift out. Start 3. So I would go with Deontay, Hill, and Keenan Allen. Those are the 3 I would go. Man, leaving out Waddle. Waddle's been really good. Traded Eckler and Najee for Gibson, W or L. I don't like that trade personally. I'd rather have Eckler and Najee personally. You like that Broncos pick? That was a good pick, Ozai. You like that Steelers pick? I didn't have much faith in it, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with it in case they do. I can be like, wow, I called it. Beasley or Devonte Smith? I would go Devonte Smith. Yes, I do think that this is a good week for the Philadelphia Eagles this week. I think this is a good bounce back spot for them against the lowly New York Jets, who are really reeling. Gesicki or Schultz? I still have Gesicki, man. There's still belief. You know me, I can't quit it. Williams on Detroit or Henderson? As long as Henderson plays Henderson, I don't think that Henderson's going to play this week. Be completely honest with you, I don't think he plays. Elijah Mitchell over Kittle too? Yes, I would. Yuki, I would. Traded D. Henry for Keenan Allen. Like early in the season you did that? Or you just did that recently? Was this in like Dynasty? Knox or Goddard? Knox. Seeing if MP was in the chat. MP's probably in the chat. He's probably crying. Smash that like button. Yeah, do me a big favor. Smash that like button. Zach Moss, Breida, or Stevenson? I would go with, if Zach Moss is out again, if he's a healthy scratch, give me Breida. Standard scoring, I am starting OBJ, so Foster Moreau or Higbee. I would go with Foster Moreau. Give me Foster. Can I expect Saquon to be a top tier running back for one of the playoffs? Like, it's tough. I just think that this team is horrible. And he's playing the snaps. He's seeing work. It's just a matter of, can he break a long run? If he does, like, he's always been a player where, you know, it's, you know, a lot of time smash into the line, 80-yard touchdown run, right? He can definitely be an RB1. We already know what his ceiling is. I'd view him more as like a back-end RB1 just because, like, when he's healthy, he's pretty productive. I mean, that game against the New Orleans Saints before he ended up getting hurt was awesome. That was old Saquon, right? We know that's still there. It happened this year, so I definitely think that he can be. Absolutely. My 5 bold predictions: Kyler throws 4 tutties. Mixon, Eckler combined for 250 yards and 5 tutties. That's a lot. Brady has 4 TDs and 400 yards. Rams is the best scoring offense on Sunday. I agree with that. Rams, I agree with the Brady. I think Brady's going to torch Atlanta. If he doesn't, I'd be very surprised. Should I start David Montgomery or Sony Michel? Listen, if Darrell Henderson is out, I would go Sony. Sony's going to play every single snap. Saquon can go down right now. He would be a high-tier RB1 if he's healthy. Yeah, as long as he's healthy, he's a solid RB1. It's just, This offense is trash, though. This offense is really bad. T or Terry? I have T. Higgins higher this week. Rams defense or 49ers defense? Rams defense for me. Fournette or Patterson? Fournette, Patterson. Fournette. I have Fournette higher. Taysom Hill or Jimmy G? I would go with Taysom Hill and Mooney or Amari Cooper. I gotta double check that, actually. That might be pretty close. I have Mooney higher. Yo, I love Mooney. I love what you're seeing out of Mooney right now. It looks like a beast. Mooney looks good. Trust Zeke or go Pollard? I would trust Zeke this week. I'd trust Zeke. Lenny or Najee Harris this week? Lenny. Jamal Williams or Knox for Saquon? I wouldn't do that. I would just keep Knox, personally. Darrell Williams or James Conner? Darrell Henderson or James Conner? I would go James Conner. Especially because Chase Edmonds is officially, they said that he's not coming back this week. So he's out. James Conner is an RB1. RB1 season. Normal pizza or old world pepperoni on a pizza? Is that like the pepperoni that kind of like flops up? Is that the kind of pepperoni you're talking about? If that's the kind, I do like that kind of pepperoni. If that's what you're talking about. Is Mooney top 30 for you? Yeah, Mooney's almost top 20 this week. I think he's at like wide receiver. He's at like wide receiver 24 range, like right in that range for me. Is where I have him ranked. So a mid-tier. Tough loss to Fromhurst this week. Buddy. Yeah, it was a tough loss. My team sucked this week. Would you go Bills or Eagles defense? I would go Eagles defense. Do you think Swift will be back for playoffs week 15? I sure hope so, because I have him in like every single league. You know what's funny is that I made that TikTok video talking about Swift, and you know, you gotta go check out the TikTok video if you haven't already. It's pretty unfortunate because I was talking about DeAndre Swift and how he's been really good, and before the season everybody was concerned about his health, and Jamal Williams. And basically it was saying like, oh, he's RB5 now. What's the worry? And then like the next week he got hurt. So it's I think I caused DeAndre Swift getting hurt. I'm sorry, DeAndre Swift, if you're watching this. Scotty Miller or Kendrick Bourne? I would go Kendrick Bourne. Pollard or Van Jefferson? Van Jefferson. Diggs and Jacobs for Monty and Debo? I guess like it's really close with Monty, right? Or with Debo, because Debo could be out for a couple weeks here. What's your TikTok? The same. It's Aspire Sports. I think it's Aspire Sports Show on TikTok. It's down in the description in the YouTube video. If you go down there, there's like different things. Follow us on TikTok is one of them. You can check it out over there. Odell or Jefferson? Justin Jefferson? Justin Jefferson. Or unless you're talking about Van Jefferson, I would go Odell. I'm assuming you're talking about Van Jefferson, so I'll go Odell. I think Odell will keep producing? Yeah, he was tied for Cooper Kupp on the team in targets. Yeah, Van Jefferson had that long touchdown bomb, but that was basically it for Van Jefferson. Odell, I think, had like 5 catches, 81 yards, played like all the snaps. I think Odell is easily the number 2 in this offense, and I think it's really going to help him and Cooper Kupp in a big way in this offense. This offense, I do think, could be the highest scoring offense this weekend against Jacksonville. This passing attack is going to go, I think, absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Pittman, Higgins, Montgomery. I would pick one, Pittman. I think the IG Family Guy video got flagged for hate speech. Okay. Here's the thing with IG is that I don't know. IG is like completely different than TikTok. And I have to actually, I've never really been on Instagram before. And I'm just kind of repurposing my content from TikTok over to Instagram. And it's really not working out. So I don't know if it's because like, I don't know why. Because on TikTok it works. Like on TikTok I get a bunch of views. But for Instagram, I don't get like any views, so I don't really understand what the difference is. I guess it's a different platform, so different crowd. I'm assuming. I don't spend any time on Instagram, so I got to really look into it. Maybe there's just not a big fantasy football like community over there. I don't really know, to be honest with you. So I got to kind of look at it. I don't know. Dan H, yo, what's up, Dan H? We got Mooney, Jamal Williams, Elijah Moore, Amari Cooper, Flex 2. I would go with Jamal Williams for sure with him being out. And then I would go with Elijah Moore if Joe Flacco is starting. I think Joe Flacco is playing this week. I think he's going to be the starting quarterback, so I go Elijah Moore. Otherwise, I'd probably go Mooney. I would go Mooney over even if Corey Davis is playing. I don't really care. I think Elijah Moore is better than Corey Davis already. I think Elijah Moore is so good. Corey Davis is a bum. I'm sorry, Corey Davis. He's a wide receiver too. He's not a wide receiver 1, but he got paid as wide receiver 1. No, I know you're messing with me. I know you're messing with me in terms of the hate speech. It didn't get flagged. You're right. But it's just bad. Mahomes or Hurts? It's been hard to trust Mahomes, but Hurts plays the Jets. Yo, Austin, he has that. Austin must be a famous YouTuber because he's got that name. Yo, what's up, Austin? Hey, appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I'll answer your question. I'm going to go with Hurts. I'm going to go with Hurts as long as the injury report looks good on him all week. I know that Mahomes, he's a stud. He can go ham. But this week I think the Eagles are going to bounce back in a big way. And Hurts should have had a decent week last week. Literally, the Eagles dropped like 3 touchdown passes. So I think Hurts, as long as he's practicing throughout the week and the ankle seems okay because the rushing ability for Hurts is the key. So if he doesn't practice, then like I would go Mahomes. But if he does practice and he's okay to go, then I would go Hurts. Tyler, and appreciate you stopping in chat. I gotta look him up. Yo, somebody look him up. I gotta check out how many YouTube subscribers he has. But because he has that check mark next to his name, and usually those guys are like big YouTubers. Sorry that I don't know who it is right off. 198,000. Oh boy. So we got a legit YouTuber in chat. At least he was in chat. All right, so let's see here. Did Mr. Beast just join? I wish Mr. Beast would join. I wish, okay, I'm going to go on a tiny little rant here and then I'm going to keep answering questions. But I saw somebody on Twitter today say something, okay, maybe you're part of the crowd. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, whatever. But he said about Mr. Beast's video that Mr. Beast spent like, I forget how much money in terms of rebuilding the set for his Squid Game video. And he's like, man, that money could have been used, plenty of other places rather than on a YouTube video. And it's like, dude, that dude is Mr. B. If you're going to complain about a YouTuber, okay, you can complain about a YouTuber, being greedy or whatever with their money. But about Mr. Beast, that dude gives back a ton of money. And you're going to be saying that about Mr. Beast? Like the best YouTuber out there? Are you kidding me? Like I responded to him and I was like, that's such an L take. Like that dude should delete that tweet. That is such a L take. Oh, that money could be better used elsewhere. Mr. Beast does so much. Like that is such a loser take in my opinion. I'm sorry. And if you agree with that, whatever. But that is a L take there. I will say. I'm sticking up for Mr. Beast. Thanks. I just found TikTok. And that decision has been bugging me all week, needing another opinion. Oh, appreciate it, Austin. I'm going to win now. Trade Swift for Connor. If you need to win now, absolutely, yes. Do it. Damn, you got a lot of heat on that TikTok about Swift. I did. Here's the thing is I don't go back and read TikTok comments a lot because there's so many trolls on TikTok. They're like, dude, you suck. You suck. Such terrible advice. You're trash. Does anybody listen to you? So I don't even go and look at the comments, to be honest with you. Ayuk or James Robinson? I would go with Ayuk. No, I would go with James Robinson. I'm sorry. Start or bench Wilson and Josh Allen? I would start Josh Allen. I know it's a tough matchup, but I'm still firing up Josh Allen. Pick 3, we got Madison, Eckler, Harris, Robinson. I would go with Madison, Eckler, and Harris. Cup, Diggs, Mike Evans, Waddle, Debo, remove 2. Take 2 out. Oh my gosh. Well, Debo, I don't think Debo is playing this week. Debo is not going to play. So there's an easy one. The other one, unfortunately, I go with Waddle. Man, Yeah. As a Steelers fan, Tyler, do you want to fist fight Big Ben? Because as a fantasy manager, no. I mean, okay, but why? Like, Big Ben is not the problem in Pittsburgh. I know everybody wants to blame Big Ben because he's old and he should have retired, and I agree. He should have retired to save himself from the season because it's absolutely pitiful. But the Steelers' offensive line is an absolute disaster. Go put on the film. Their offensive line is so bad. Go look at Dan Moore. Literally gets beat every single play last week, and his Big Ben, Big Ben should have saved himself because Big Ben, I'm surprised he's not hurt yet. Yeah, well, the reason is he's not hurt is because he throws the ball in 2 seconds because the offensive line is atrocious. And then also, Big Ben doesn't play on defense where literally go watch the tape. Your Steelers defensive linemen are getting pushed 10 yards down the field. They're so bad. The Steelers are so bad right now. It's not Big Ben. He definitely contributes to the problem, but he's not the main reason. He's definitely not the reason why the Steelers are bad. The Steelers have a lot of problems on that team right now, starting with the offensive line and defensive line. You can't win football games if you have bottom 5 units in both categories, which they do right now. Cam Hayward is the only player on the defense other than Minka that's any good right now. The rest of the defense is, well, TJ's good, but he's also hurt. The rest of the defense is complete straight garbage. You can't win when the team runs for 200 yards. It's not going to be on your quarterback. Like, of course, you're going to lose by 40 if that's the case. Your team sucks. Mike Williams or Christian Kirk? I would go with Mike Williams. Carr hurts. James Robinson, Pollard, or Scott? Thanks, man. James Robinson, Pollard, or Scott? Thanks, man. I would go with James Robinson. Melvin Gordon or Jamal Williams? I would go with Jamal Williams. Flex, Ayuk or OBJ? Honestly, OBJ. Give me OBJ. He's a beast. Have we seen the last of Zeke being a top 10 running back? No, because Dallas isn't going to allow themselves to take an L on the contract. They're just going to run Zeke into the ground. They're going to continue to run Zeke into the ground because they don't want to take an L on the contract, which it was an L contract when this contract happened. It was a terrible contract. Hey, I loved it for fantasy because I had Zeke on my team, but in terms of actual real life football, it was a terrible contract. So they're going to continue to just run Zeke into the ground. You worried about Najee going? No, I am a little worried about Najee going forward because the concern is that, listen, as a Steelers fan, I don't see much hope. Like, I don't see much hope for the Steelers getting better. I don't, like, really. They're about as healthy as they have been all season long last week, and they got blown out. So my concern with Najee is why load Najee up with 30 touches a game if you continue to play like that? Like, if they lose like 2 more in a row, you start to get to the point where it's like, man, we're not a very good football team. Like, should we, ease Najee's workload? And that's been the biggest thing with Najee is the volume. That's why Najee's such a good player in fantasy football, because he's seeing massive amount of volume. Well, that volume starts trailing off because they want to, monitor his touches and don't want to give him 40 touches a game and run him into the ground the first 2 years. Like, yeah, I think that's where the concern for Najee comes into play here. Absolutely. Like, there's a little concern. If Steelers lose this week, yeah, and their schedule doesn't get easier is the bad part. Pick 2, we got Cooks, Metcalf, Ayuk, or Mooney. I would go with Metcalf and Ayuk. I know Metcalf had a terrible week, but I'm still firing him up. DK or Montgomery? I'm going with Montgomery there, though. Fournette or Madison? Honestly, I'm still going with Fournette. I love Madison this week. Tyler, I have an announcement to make. Let's hear it, Saklam. What's your announcement, my guy? I need to drop one Schultz, Logan Thomas, or Freiermuth. Schultz, Logan Thomas, or Freiermuth. Gosh, drop one of those guys. I feel like they're all in the same range. It's like whoever scores a touchdown out of those guys. Just because the offense is so bad, I'd probably go with. I wouldn't even do that, man. Shonda, I'm sorry for saying this, but I would just like pick whoever you don't like the most. Like, for me, I'd probably go with Freiermuth just because the Steelers' offense is terrible, but at the same time, he's seeing good volume. But it's just like these other guys are all in the same range with each other, so that's so difficult to just drop one of them. I'd probably go with Freiermuth, but I wouldn't feel great about it. I feel like it's just such a toss-up between those guys. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think that Panthers, what was that one? Should trade CMC. I doubt they will. I wonder where CMC gets drafted next year in terms of fantasy football. I'm really interested to see what do you guys think? I feel bad for asking this, but if I end my membership this year since my season's over, will I be able to get it back next year? Yeah, like you can sign up to be a member anytime, Toxic. Like if you end it, don't feel bad about ending it. Absolutely, yeah. Like this will always be available for people to sign up to be a member. Absolutely, like that's completely fine. Don't feel bad about it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to be members after their season's done. So don't feel bad about it. It's okay. I'll be okay. At that point, you don't have any questions anymore, so no problem. I know, tough decisions. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go with Freiermuth just because the offense bad, but and there's more mouths to feed in Pittsburgh. I know that Freiermuth's been pretty solid, but there's just more mouths to feed. Where if you look at the other teams, I guess obviously you have Dallas, there's a lot of mouths to feed, but that offense is just so much better than Pittsburgh. So like that's why I would rather have Dalton Schultz. Late first round. That's where I think CMC is probably going to fall in the late first round. I could see like early second round. I'll still be a member, Tyler, as long as you kiss Eckler. I will say that I'm a big fan of Austin Eckler because Austin Eckler is a cool dude for fantasy football as well. Like he's cool. I think CMC will be like Saquon this year, taken late in the first or dropped to the second round. Yeah, I think he's going to be in the second round is where I envision him falling. I think honestly in the second round, I think as you get closer to draft time, everybody's going to be hyping him up. And that's when you're probably going to see him go into the first round. But I think to start the summer, he's going to be in the second round and then gradually move his way up is what I think. I'm not touching CMC anywhere in the first round, 2 years back-to-back. More than 7 games missed. I don't care if he scores 30 a game. He plays. He's way too injury prone. I feel that, Seclan. Seclan, did you already say your announcement or no? I've been looking for it. I haven't seen anything. All right. I want to avoid CMC or use them to trade for 2 players. Yeah, I think you could do that. I have some personal news. I'm sorry to announce that I was not selected for the Forbes 30 under 30 for 25 years straight. My feelings have been hurt. 30? What is 30 under 30 for 20? What is 30 for 30? 30 under 30? What does that even mean? I don't understand what that means. What does that mean? Yo, I'm a boomer, okay? If this is supposed to be like, younger talk, I don't get it. What does that mean? Yo, Drew with the $5 donation. Yo, thank you, Drew. Me and Eckler have the same birthday. Oh, really, Ryan? That's pretty cool that you guys have the same birthday. That is I have the same birthday, I'm pretty sure, as Patrick Mahomes. So that's, I could be wrong about that. When is Patrick Mahomes' birthday? Real quick, I got to answer Drew. Drew with the $5 donation. Yo, appreciate you, Drew. We have Stark Gaskin, Renfro, Waddle, Marquis Brown, pick 3. Love the vids. Thanks. Hey, appreciate the love. And Drew, I would go with pick 3. So I would go with Gaskin, Marquis Brown, and Waddle. I do like Renfro this week, but I like those other guys more. I saw a stat today that Marquise Brown against zone coverage this year has been very good. He's seeing like a 26% target share against zone coverage, and that's like literally all the Steelers run. So I'd imagine he's probably going to feast against the Steelers, and he's going to be a really good play this week. And appreciate you, Drew, with the $5 donation. Thank you very much. Patty's birthday is the 17th. Yes, September 17th. I share the same birthday with Patrick Mahomes, so now you guys know when my birthday is. Don't want to make this sound dumb, but will you stream in the offseason around the NFL draft? Yeah, I'll be streaming in the offseason. I have plans, 30 most influential people under 30 years old. Okay, that's what Forbes. Wow, that's quite. Seclam, where are you? How are you influential? Like where? 25 years straight? Are you? So you must be like a famous actor or something, Seclan. Is that what you are? What show are you on? Or you do music? Well, music at 5 years old. That's pretty crazy. Don't want to make but I'll be doing I'll be doing live streams in the off season. I have a bunch of plans. Like I can't remember what that dude's name is. But he does like those videos where he does like a short little story about sports news, and he gets so many likes. Like, that's kind of something that I want to do. I need to start changing. Like, I'm still going to talk fantasy football and talk about Dynasty, but I need to start like changing the content to more. I need to start having evergreen content, where the content right now is just like it, week 11, you don't give a shit about week 11 anymore. You know what I mean? Like the content is so, I don't know what the correct term is. It's not evergreen content. I don't know what that the content that I'm looking for, what the correct name is, but it's just content that's relevant like right now, like on a week to week basis. So I need to start making like evergreen content that people can rewatch, recirculate, that kind of stuff is what I need to do. So that's kind of like plans of what I have coming up, different stuff. JD might not play this week. I doubt JD plays this week, honestly. If he does, that's insane. So Gibson's going to be a stud. Here's my ideas of what you can do if you want to hear them. Fantasy mock drafts, most promising rookies. Yeah, definitely. I'll be doing stuff like that, absolutely, especially with rookies. Injuries. Yeah, and I'm going to be doing real quick. I am the #1 moderator for Aspire Sports, the #1 multi-billion-dollar fantasy football industry. Hey, we'll get there someday. Detective Hoffman, appreciate the $2 donation. We got Godwin, Miller, Hopkins, David Montgomery, pick 2 PPR. I would go with Godwin and Hopkins, as long as Hopkins plays. If Hopkins does not play, then I'm going to go with David Montgomery. And appreciate the $2 donation. When your channel grows like Walter Picks did it the offseason, will you still answer my questions? Yeah, I mean, I'll try to answer everybody's questions. I feel like I try. Obviously, there's times where I go in rants and everything, but yeah. Now, this is the first time I've ever heard you curse. I try not to curse because I don't know how much it affects my monetization, and I want to make money. So I try not, like, I definitely curse a lot in person, but I think because I used to be a teacher, so I would have to turn off my swearing and go into the classroom. So I think that I'm very good at trying hard to watch what I say, especially when it comes to cursing, while I'm live, due to me being a teacher. So I think that definitely helps. Yo, Chris Wise, I don't know if it's Weiss or Wise, became an all-pro. Yo, W's in chat for Chris. Appreciate it. One of the hottest teachers out there. Yo, I used to teach little kids, man. I was literally like a preschool teacher is what I was. Like elementary school is what I taught. So that's what I taught. And shout out to Chris for becoming a member. Yo, appreciate you, Chris. Chris, you're the all-pro. So if you're not in our Discord, get in our Discord because you get the rankings as well. So Discord is down in the description. You can click on it, go to the Discord. Just say at me, your name. Say like I'm Chris over on YouTube. That way I can get you into the correct chat to have the ranking. So appreciate Chris. Chris just became a sponsor. What are some bold predictions? I'll have my bold predictions for you, Clan. I promise I will. I got to work on my news segment tomorrow for my local news segment that I do every single week for them. And then I'm going to also work on your stuff at the same time. The Cowboys are sofa king great. Cowboys are as good as, I'd say like the Cowboys are on the same level as the Giants. Yo, he's going to get so mad. Please, who do I flex? Yo, what's up, Mark? Montgomery, Gibson, CD, or Deontay, full point PPR. I would go with CD. I absolutely love CD this week. Fire up CD. MP, I traded. Oh, yeah, tell MP. I'm just giving up a Chick-fil-A sandwich a month. I'll be okay. Yo, that's what's up. Yo, as low as $2.99, you can sign up to become a member of the Aspire Sports Show. As low as, don't go to McDonald's. Don't go do this week. And it helps me out, but it also helps you out because you get your questions answered 100% of the time. So sign up to be a member today. I got a couple minutes here and then I got to hop off because I got to get it ready. We're going to go out to eat. So yeah. It's just God's chicken. To be honest, I have Chick-fil-A by my house, but like literally I can't, I'm somebody who I can't stand waiting in lines. And like Chick-fil-A's line like goes around the city. I'm telling you, it's the most obnoxious thing I've ever seen. So I hate going to Chick-fil-A for that reason. I do think it's great food. Don't get me wrong, but I cannot stand waiting in line for, 30 minutes for fast food. No way in hell am I gonna do that. I'll just go to Burger King and get, a 6 of the meal if I want, if I want fast food. Thanks for the help, my number one guy. Yo, appreciate you, Mark. You can only pick one. We got Mike Gesicki, Logan Thomas, or Zach Ertz. I would go with Mike Gesicki, man. I know I just can't give up on him. I don't know. It's like that Brokeback Mountain quote. I just don't know how to quit you. Should I start both Pollard and Zeke? I would have to sit Higgins. Or do I start? I would go with Zeke and sit Pollard for Higgins. As my green screen's kind of falling a little bit. Are you going to kiss Eckler alongside? I'm going to ask Eckler if he ever wants to come on the show. What if I could get Austin Eckler on the show at one time? During the off season, talk about fantasy football? That'd be pretty cool, I think. I doubt he ever would do that, but, I'd still do it. You know who I am going to get, though? James Conner. Because James Conner grew up where I lived, and I got asked by the local news station where I live in Erie. They asked me to come on their show and do a fantasy football segment for them every single week during the NFL season. And they had me come on the show early in the season, and they, were asking me questions. And then they asked me fantasy questions, and they're like, who is somebody that you should be drafting kind of in the middle towards the late of your draft this year in fantasy football? And I talked up James Conner non-stop in that segment, which James Conner has been so good. He's been really good this year. And the exact reasons what I talked about, taking on the Kenyon Drake role. Kenyon Drake was the top 20 running back last year. He's going to be involved around the goal line. James Conner has been a very good goal line back in his career. Chase Edmonds is not. So it's easiest to see that. The biggest question, can he stay healthy? So I'm going to get James Conner on this show and show him that clip and be like, bruh, I talked you up so much, especially on the local news. Come on the show, brother. Come on the show. Get on the show. Let's have some fun. And Dylan Ortiz becomes a member. Appreciate you, Dylan. W's in chat for Dylan for becoming a member. And I gotta get going. Dylan, did you have a question as well? I'll answer your question real quick. Hell yeah. Yes, he became a member. Yo, shout out. You don't tell him about I'll tell him your fantasies, Ryan. I'll tell Eckler your fantasies if he ever does. All right, but I gotta get going. Gotta go out to eat. I'm gonna be live later tonight as well, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're over on TikTok, make sure you hit that follow button. I'll be going live later tonight as well. I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Yeah, he's my uncle. Who's your uncle? Who's your uncle? Don't you dare say James Conner. Who are you gonna say? I gotta know this. What are you gonna have for dinner, Tyler? I'm going to Longhorn because my cousin works there, and I get like so much food for so little price. So yeah. So yeah. Dr. Disrespect. He's a big idol of mine. If you don't follow Dr. Disrespect, then you don't know what television's gonna look like. All right, so I'm going to be out. I'll be talking to you guys later tonight. I'll be going live. Appreciate everybody for hanging out. Appreciate everybody that has signed up to be a member. Thank you. You can now help me pay for the tip when I go out to eat. So appreciate that. Thank you guys, and have a great, afternoon here, evening-ish.